My CD is scratched. My CD is cleaning. It's all good. What's up, family? How you doing? Good day, good day, good day, good day, good day. Sound like I gotta clean some CDs in this building. It's all right. First, want to say greetings to everyone that is tuning in tonight. We have a very special program, very special program. It is now 1 minute before the top of the hour. 1 minute before the top of the hour, 1 minute before 9 o'clock in New York City, and 1 minute before whatever time you may be living. You may be living in a beautiful evening. We want to say honors and love to the ancestors and our creative force that dwells within us and outside of us. Today happens to be what they call Esther Sunday or Easter Sunday. And if we know the deeper meaning of Easter or Esther, find where a lot of that is what it's all about. I'm not going to get into that tonight, but I will like to say we got two special guests coming on, one right after the other. Sister Shaharazad Ali will come on first, and then Baba Dr. Laila Afrika will come on after her. I expected to talk to Sister Shahrazad Ali momentarily. So getting ready with that, and we will put her on. But of course, I got to big up a lot of the events coming up. Of course, Sister Shahrazad Ali and Baba Ashra Kwesi will be in New York next week, Sunday, around the same time. Well, next week, Sunday, we should be ending and finishing up around the same time next week, Sunday. But I'm happy that all of you are able to make it. I'm happy that many of you are buying the tickets, and some of y'all might be coming on the live stream. The live stream will be on usalivestream.com for, I think, / Sister Shaharazad Ali or / Ali. So if you are coming on the live stream and you're going to be streaming it live wherever you are, go to the usalivestream.com and you will get the link straight to the pay-per-view event on April the 28th. And that's going to be on next Sunday. We have, of course, two guest performers that will be coming on, United Front and Natasha Dezzoni, who is a part of Sacred Woman. Anybody who knows what Sacred Woman is, that, of course, that's Queen of this organization. So that should be very, very important to see. And I like to keep the balance of the male and female energy together. So that's very important. That's why we're doing it. Also, on May the 5th, Dr. Laila Afrika and his beautiful wife, Dr. Melanie, will be doing a conversation with an open audience. We don't know where the audience is coming from. We don't know which part of the world they're coming from, but I am happy that Dr. Africa will be doing. Now, Facebook, I'm going to have to change you. I'm going to end you and change you right now. Hold on tight, YouTube, because I'm on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm going to end this, delete it, and then I'm going to come back on with another camera. I don't like this camera for some reason. I'm going to delete that video. Wait a minute, cancel. So hold on tight, YouTube. We're going to deal with this situation right now. We'll come back to Facebook in a fight on the to eat pork or life without the pig. And and of course, I was talking about your other books like Are You Still a Slave and How to Tell If Your Man is Gay or Bisexual, and The Black Woman's Guide to Understanding Black Men and The Black Man's Guide to Understanding Black Women, and of course, by day, a Muslim's coloring book, a Muslim guy coloring book. So, I was just telling people about your books, and of course, you're coming to town April the 28th to National Black Theater. We return together to the National Black Theater. The last time I seen you was at the UAM with the late great Liola Maddox and Alton Maddox, and we're just happy to have you back here again. How you feeling, sis? Other than the flu?
Well, I'm always happy to come to New York. I love New York. I don't know if I could live there, but I love to visit there. I just can't wait till I get there. I love it. And New York love me, so they always make me welcome.
That's right. That's very interesting. There's a lot of I don't know if you've been watching. I know you're probably not on YouTube a lot, but I want to get right to the point because I know you're going to be speaking about, of course, monogamy and polygamy, which is better for the black man or woman in these end times. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to save that for the lecture because that's the first time you're ever going to speak on that. And of course, you will be live streamed. This is the first time you're ever going to allow anybody to live stream. And I want to clarify certain things to people. This live stream is very, very, very exclusive to the point that after we do the live stream, you only got a week to watch it. If you have purchased it and you could not watch it that particular day because we know people got to work or they're going to church or doing whatever they got to do, they will keep it up for at least a week and then we're going to take it down. But you will be able to watch that live stream and we will send the copy over to Sister Shahrazad Ali. It will be her copy because we like to protect our Babas and our elders' intellectual property. It's there. I mean, in the back of her book, let me read something in the back of her. She wrote a special announcement, and I gotta read this one. This is hilarious because she's been writing this in the back of all her books on time. It says, special announcement. Please be advised that Shaharazad Ali, author, does not have a DVD, CD, VHS, or tape on the market for sale. Please do not buy bootleg, illegal copies from any of the above that features Sister Ali. The disrespectful people who are selling these items are thieves and robbers and are stealing from this author and many other Black writers and speakers. Do not tolerate these savages in our community. I love that.
Yeah. How about that?
How about that? See, that's what I love about you. So you say what you mean and mean what you say.
Well,
yes,
that's always been a problem with us. We steal from each other like that.
Yeah.
And I've had brothers tell me, sister, we're getting the word out, but they're not getting it out free. They're selling it, and they're not giving me anything from my skills and talent.
Right. Exactly.
And that's wrong. There's nothing going to make that right. But that's the technology has allowed that to happen. And go on places, and people have stacks of DVDs on the floor almost tall as I am. Of my lectures, colors, everything. They made just stole everything. And, we live in such a desperate situation. Mm-hmm. Anything we think they're selling, we'll steal it from each other. We'll steal anything,
Right.
And I think it is so wrong and unfair to us who are out here working and creating this legacy for ourselves for people to just rob us of our lectures and everything. That's wrong, and there's nothing going to make that right for me.
What's so interesting, sister, and those that are just tuning in, we are speaking with Sister Shaharazad Ali. Now, I've heard many elders say that this sister revolutionized the relationship, authorship, and selling of books before anybody. Now, sister, speak on that. Now, you was on every major channel back in the day with Donna, you, and everybody. Go ahead.
I am the mother of the Black book explosion.
Woo!
Before the Black Man's Guide we didn't have a lot of books out. We had a few out. And if you had a bookstore, you were in it just for the love of the book. You did not expect to make any profit.
Right.
But there were so many bookstores who opened just on the strength of selling the Black Man's Guide. That convinced people that they could sell books because they sold so many of the Black Man's Guide.
Right.
And it created, suppliers, distributors, and things that we had never had because we had never needed them. Because we had never had any books that were like that. You know, we had Maya Angelou and a few people like that. But other than that, we didn't have hardly any books out.
Right.
And we certainly, now everybody got a book out. Everybody got a book out, you know.
Yeah, even I wrote a book, girl. Stop playing.
Yeah, I say everybody got a book out. And that's good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not angry about that because we are so far behind.
Right.
You know, we are so far behind, so we need to try to catch up, and so it's okay. But yeah, we are people who, once we find out anything that we think is selling or doing something, we will, as I said, rob each other and take it. But the relationship category is something that we had needed for a long time.
Right.
And it has helped a lot of people. I get so many letters of people who listened to me back in the day or saw me on television back in the day. And at that time, you know, as you said, I did everybody all day, every radio, over 1,000 newspapers came down.
Yes.
That was the New York Times. I was in Newsweek. You name it, any newspaper, the Washington, D.C., Journal, anything. I was in it about my book. Now, this is what the enemy slept. And they kept asking me about it. They asked me, how did I do that? Because I did it myself.
Right.
And I did it at a time when being a self-publisher was considered a negative.
Right.
In fact, you get any publicity or write up even in the newspaper if you publish your own book. They wanted you to give some money to their brother first. And if you didn't give him part of the money, they didn't want to deal with you. But when I came through, I busted through all of those things and figured out the formula. For how to do it, and they decided nobody will ever do that again.
That's right.
They said that'll never happen again. All right.
They let that go through.
No.
You know, sister, I'm not going to try not to keep you long, but I do have to get into some of the controversy that's been going on that you probably haven't heard. But there've been people, you know, from out of the Nation of Islam under the Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I want to hit out this because you have been dubbed the ultimate MGT on the streets, the ultimate GCC.
Oh, brother, that's too big for me. That's too big for me.
Hey, sis, you've taken the messenger's teachings and have been successful with the teachings, with your talents. So that's what.
Yes, sir. Now I stand. In fact, I will be bringing a CD of a radio interview I did, and it's kind of like a tribute to the messenger, and it answers a lot of questions about a lot of things. And I'll be bringing that to New York with me.
Okay, great, and I'm happy that's going to be coming. You'll be definitely knocking that out at your table because you'll have a table with your daughter and some friends that's going to be working with you. So that's a beautiful thing. But there's one question I wanted to ask you about the How to Eat to Live, book 1 and book 2, but in particularly book 2. Now, in his table of contents, he says no meat is good for us. This is what the messenger said. Now, I'm not going to read the quotes, but I have a lot of the quotes. But at the end of one of his quote, he says, as I have said time and time again, that no meat is good for us, but we eat it so that which we eat, try to eat the best of it. Now, would you say from the teachings of the messenger that he was hoping that we would get off of meat completely one day?
Well, of course. That's why he said no meat is good for you. Right. But since you're going to eat it, let me tell you which one to eat.
Right.
And to limit how much you eat.
Right.
Okay, but he was living in reality of our pitiful condition and what we would do and would not do. He knew us very, very well.
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely.
And he had tremendous patience with us.
Right.
And that's one of the ways that I know he was divinely sent. because don't nobody have patience with us. Everybody gets sick of us after a while. It don't matter what leader we got. After a while, they say, "Oh, I'm tired of them. Oh, they make me sick." Or listen, go on, do what you want to do. You know, Wallace did that. Farrakhan has done that. You know, he come out and fuss at him and everything. And so, don't nobody want us. Didn't nobody want us but him, because he knew who we were, even when we didn't know who we were.
Right. And that's interesting because in one of his chapters, he said in Animal Flesh of part 2, he says, before the making of the white man and the black man did not eat animal flesh. After the removal of, then he says, after the removal of the white man, there will be no more eating of this type of meat. Animal flesh or even fowl, there will be a complete stoppage and practice of the eating of land flesh, regardless of to whether it is animal, beast, or fowl. The people will live thousand years without eating them. This is what he ends with.
Isn't that wonderful?
Isn't that wonderful? But he's clarified it. He says after the removal of white man. After the removal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Well, a lot of things are going to change. A lot of us not going to like it.
Yeah.
Because we are very addicted to what he practices, and to the food that he gives us. And it's going to be difficult because the enemy has taught us that we have to eat 3 or 4 times a day. The message says you're eating yourself into the grave.
Yes, that's right.
Now, at one time, people talked about him so badly about fasting.
Yes.
And having us fast at different times of the year. Well, now fasting is so popular. Everybody fasting now. They're recommending that, and it's things that they have found would help people. And I tell you something that's just come out, King Simon. Let me share this with you. You know, the Messenger wrote an article about beards. Oh, I must have been 50, 60 years ago.
Right.
But at least 40. And he wrote the article about beards to talk about the bacteria in beards.
Yes.
And he didn't let the brothers wear beards.
Yes.
Well, now the devil is very late, but now the enemy has come out with a report that there's wearing a beard on your face is filthier than a dog's hair on his back.
That's what I heard. I seen that report. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
See that report.
Yeah. So that's something else that just very, you know, he was the messenger. He was in his own time.
Yes,
I'm not going to say he was before his time because he was right and exact, you know, then and now and forever.
Right.
But he had been talking about that for years, just like he talked about putting the children in uniforms in school. Everybody was against that, making them all look alike. Now everybody, all the schools wear uniforms. So, you know, he had a saying. He said, after all else fails, then comes Islam. So after everything they done did has failed, they're finally coming back to teach what he teaches. Of course, he'll never get any credit from it for them, but we don't need credit. We need obedience. We need our people to do what he say, not just to give him credit for saying.
Yeah, and you know, these people that's just tuning in, it's 25 minutes after that, we're speaking with the one, the only Sister Shaharazad Ali, who will be in town on April the 28th. You don't want to miss this. If you haven't gotten your ticket, go to KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com. Please like and share this video. KingSimonProductions.com. If you want all of the links, go to KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com/events, and you get all the links to the stream and everything else. You know, to make a point, also dealing with what you just said, how important is relationship with the messenger and his beautiful wife, Clara Muhammad? Because even while he was in prison at one time, she was holding the nation down.
Yes, she did.
You got to talk about
raised, listen.
Yes, ma'am.
Sister Clara, back in the 40s, raised $10,000 to get him out of jail and keep it. Now, you know, $10,000 in the 40s would have been like $10 million. Because our people were so poor. But Sister Clara organized that, and she kept everybody putting their nickels and dimes together to take care of what she needed to do. But she did, and the messenger said that she was his first convert.
Yes, right. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
So she did her job, and she suffered the same way we did. She raised up a bunch of disbelievers, just like many of us have, who raised our children in the temple when they were little, and then when they grew up, they decided because of you have to be so strong to carry this religion. This is not a weak man's religion. You can't be a weak believer in Islam as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because the information is the supreme wisdom, and you have to be strong enough to stand for that and carry it. And many of our children are not strong enough to carry it. And so they have reverted back to Christianity and to atheism and a whole bunch of other nonsense that the enemy has out there for them. And it's very disappointing. But Sister Claire suffered the same thing that many of us suffer from. Their children grow up and rejected the truth.
Yes, yes, we know because that helped with the fall of the nation back in the day. Yes, we
Yes,
definitely know
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
And that was before my time because I didn't really come in until like early 90s, around 1990s when I came into the nation. But I know I was definitely was one of those young people that was out there and my parents and everybody was picking up on that information and knowledge. Now I know because we're doing a relationship forum about monogamy and polygamy on that day. I know we're not gonna go down that road because we're saving it for the lecture, but the importance of that of what yeah, I know, sis. I know, I'm not gonna touch it. Not gonna touch it. But you have a very interesting take on what they are doing to the black man because you've always spoken as far as spoken out to the balance of the black man and woman working together in the household. But you've always spoken in defense of the black man because you know what this enemy wants to do to remove us from the family. Please explain how your take about Bill Cosby and R. Kelly real quickly. I know you've said it on other platforms, but just give people the brief because I know I don't want to hold you too long because you're
Well,
not feeling well.
one thing about being an elder is that you were there during many things that and incidents that happened in the history. So I remember when Bill Cosby only was going out with white women, but it was impossible for him not to be with white women because when you get into show business, especially back in the 60s, and 50s, you didn't have no choice. That was little choice. They threw the white women after you. If
Yes,
you had
yes,
$10 in your pocket, if you
right,
had any money, that's the only people that they would let be around you.
right.
They wouldn't even let you have black maids in your hotel. If
Mm,
you were in a white hotel, they made sure it was a white woman and they got you hooked up with them some kind of a way.
mm-hmm,
And as far as our dear brother R. Kelly goes, I think he's being unjustly accused. I think that black women are wrong in focusing on him and to be trying to destroy and have destroyed his career when there's so much that the enemy has done to our black men and children, shooting us down in the street. Black women organize a campaign to silence them.
mm,
You know,
mm,
they want
mm,
to silence R. Kelly. And as far as that goes, there are many states in this country where you can get married at 12 and 14 and
mm.
16. That's not new. This country has always allowed early childhood girl marriage and so forth. But then, too, if he's going out with little girls 13, 14, and 15, as many of us know, and this is sad, but it's the truth, these young girls don't look like they know 13 and 14 and 15. They look like they 18 and 19 and 20.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right, right,
I'm not in agreement that he should be destroyed
right,
for
right.
living a life that Elvis Presley lived.
He did marry his yeah, he did marry
Yeah,
his wife at a young age.
and they calling him king. I told you
Mm-hmm,
nobody ever mentions that he married Priscilla when she was 14.
mm,
And you got Stephen Tyler. He had a young woman. I
mm.
mean, there's so many of them I can't even remember. All of them had 13 and 14-year-olds.
And don't forget about them priests now. Don't forget about them priests.
Oh my goodness! Well, that's not even in the same category. So we talking about voluntary relationships. Now,
Exactly.
what they do is involuntary. And I've known all along
Mm-hmm,
that those people, you can't change nature. I don't care what your religion is. You're
mm-hmm,
not going to change nature.
mm-hmm,
And sexual attraction is just an instinct of nature. It's like drinking water, going to the bathroom, anything natural like that. And the fact that they perverted it by
mm.
going after these little children and these little boys in particular is just terrible. But we have always known that they were savages like that. We have always known that they did that. Look what they did to our people in slavery and afterward. And so this is not new information.
Right.
They got busted. The messenger said, we are living in the time of the manifestation of the defect.
Mm.
And all of those things are defective and they're all being manifested today. Everything is coming out in the open.
And that leads to my next question before we get off the line. You wrote a book back in the day about how to tell if your man is gay or bisexual. That's what a lot
Yes.
of things people are just coming out of all these
You
kinds
know
of
what?
closets.
And that was a misnomer. I should have named that book How to Tell If Any Man
Any
Is Gay or
man.
Bisexual. Because when I said your man, them sisters turned that off. They didn't want to
Yep.
know. They didn't know, didn't want to discuss it.
Right.
And so when I put that back out, and I it
please,
now. I'm
please.
going to change that title to How to Tell If Any Man is Gay or Bisexual.
Oh my
And
goodness.
that was at a time when it was not as prevalent as it is now, remember?
Right,
You
right,
know.
right. And
But
I was giving out flyers like last week or two, and there was a well-known radio personality that I'm not gonna mention, but she is from your era, and it's a woman. And when I handed her the flyer, you know what she said? she said,
what?
she said, Sister Shaharazad, is that the same one that said that black men should smack black women? Now,
Yes, see?
see, and she's well known now. I'm telling you, she
Yeah.
used to be there with Gary Bird back in the day. So now,
See,
please
here's the
please
thing.
clarify that. Please clarify that with people.
Now, that's not how I said that.
I know.
But now this is what's interesting. You know, that book came out like 28 years ago or something.
Hmm.
27 years ago when I first wrote The Black Man's Guide.
Right.
I'm now dealing with the children of the parents that I talked to then, okay? They have failed in their relationships too.
Hmm.
However, when I said that, it was about using the tactics that the Red Cross used, and that all of the people agree on. When somebody is hysterical, you slap them in the face to wake them up and make them come to. But here is the thing that's most important. Black women don't remember nothing about what the enemy did to them and our people. That's why they date them now. That's why they love them now. That's why they blonde their hair like them and everything. Now we forgive them. We don't let any of that
Mm.
deter us from trying to be like white people. But and they don't remember the history. In
Mm.
fact, they'll tell you slavery was a long time ago. Forget that.
Mm.
But the one thing that the Negro woman in America do remember is me talking about the open hand slap in the mouth. Now, they
Hmm.
remember that. And that's what that woman said. Of all the things I
Yep.
said, but they landed on that because they didn't want to deal with the truth of what I was talking about.
Mm. Mm.
And
Yep.
so they found something to grab hold to and use that to dismiss my entire doctrine.
Exactly.
And it didn't work. It didn't work. It
Hmm.
didn't work.
Hmm.
You know. And I'm dealing with all of their children
Hmm.
who have come to me and talked about the fact that they wish that their parents had read that book and they wish they had had it years ago. And other people have written to me and they say things like, listen, I want to let you know now that I used to hate you and I used to hate your books, but I want you to know you were right. And I lost a good man because I didn't listen to you. And then I have them write to me and say, I bought this book for my daughter's wedding. And then I have contractors who buy the book and say, I want 10 copies for every man that worked for me because all of them got working problems. And so I have been justified
Hmm.
instead of being vilified for what I have written. And it has been a help to so many people.
Hmm. That's right. Like those that are just tuning in, we are speaking with Sister Shahrazad Ali. Oh my goodness, she is on fire. Like I said, she will be in town on Sunday, April the 28th with Baba Ashra Kwesi. I will have Ashra Kwesi on by Wednesday, but I'll probably pre-tape him early and then play him put him on Wednesday night because he's traveling. But remember, it's going to be at the National Black Theater. Doors open at 2 p.m. National Black Theater is located at 2031 Fifth Avenue at 125th Street. Those that are across the seas or over in Canada, or if you can't make it into New York for next week Sunday, please do the live stream. The live stream is very reasonable, and you're only going to see her. She's the one that's going to be featured, and I'm going to feature the artist that's on there, United Front and Natasha Dezzoni. But I'm going to make sure we feature everybody in that first segment so everybody can get that shine and get that light. And also, but most of all, Sister Shaharazad Ali got a great message for you. And the message is monogamy and polygamy. Which is better for
Now,
the black man and
let
woman
me
in this thing? Go ahead.
Right. That's what I'm going to be talking about. I
Yes.
wanted to clarify that.
Yes.
I'm going to be doing a comparative study
Yes.
and discuss what is best for the salvation of the black community
Okay.
today, monogamy or polygamy.
Because you see a lot of it going on, huh?
Well, it's been going on. That's not. We don't have to debate that part. But sometimes we don't really understand how everything that these people have pushed on us is wrong.
Mm,
They have not given us anything that was good. And everything that was good, they kept it for themselves.
mm, 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 that's see, people got to remember that. People got to recall that. That's the teachers.
Yeah.
That's in the
So,
teaching.
we really don't really understand so much of what they put on us that hasn't worked for us, but we we keep trying to practice their teachings and instructions.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
so
ma'am.
we're gonna
Yes,
be,
ma'am.
I'll be covering those things, and you will hear some things you have never heard before, and you will never hear again.
Well, I'm not gonna hold you because I know you're going through a little of the flu stuff. I know you've been. I know you went to jury duty, messing around with them devils, and
Oh, it locked up in that room. That's what did it. That's what did it. Locked up in there. Now I'm sick again. I gotta get out to do shipping tomorrow. Did you get my message on
yes,
your phone?
yes, I did get your message, and
I'm doing all right.
don't
Okay, well,
worry.
I'm going to take care of all those things. And I want to invite your audience to please come out and hear what I have to say. This beast that's up on us.
Right, right, right. Well, thank you once again, Sister Harazad Ali, and I can't
Yes,
wait to
sir.
see you. Can't wait to give
Oh,
you a
I
big old
can't
hug
wait
and
to
say what's
see
up.
you either,
And
brother.
everybody wants to come. I hear stars coming. When are you doing Star Show? Star Report.
Tomorrow, I think.
Okay, great, great. So we'll definitely be tuned. Remember Star Report on YouTube. She'll be on Star Report, and you know Star already. You're gonna ask this question. You know how Star get. So Star
Well,
is
you know, Star is my friend from
yeah,
way back. We
way
used to
back.
do the Star and Buck Wild show.
Yep, well way back. I used to listen to y'all on that show. Yeah. And you know, he's on fire then, he's on fire now that he's been let
I
loose
know
from a
it.
regular radio station. So he's on fire.
I know he is.
Yes,
That's
man.
good. That's great.
Well, sister, make sure you get your rest and drink plenty of liquids. You know what you got to do, and to
Yeah,
get that
right.
out of
And
your system.
that's all I'm doing. I'm making these smoothies with spinach and ginger and stuff like that in it. And I'm drinking those because, I got to get well right away. I do not have time to be sick.
That's right. And remember, I gave you the name that you have to put it in care of also. So just remember that.
Yeah,
Okay, so I got
yeah.
you. All right, my sister.
All
I
right.
will see you at the airport when I pick you up. We'll make it happen. All
All
right.
right. We'll see each other Saturday.
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, I'll let you see that.
All right. That's our sister. That's our beautiful sister, Sister Shaharazad Ali, the elder in the building. I know a lot of people have been talking about they haven't been able to hear her clearly. She got that voice like Wanda Sykes. So sometimes that high pitched voice is out there. She done took over the airwaves when it comes with her voice. She got one of them voices that can sing and break glass. I'm trying to tell you. That's why I had to carry my plastic bottle because I knew that that would be the case. But family, let me tell you, in the next couple of minutes, I'll be calling Dr. Africa. I definitely want to shout out again. Uh, on April the 28th, special guest performance will be the United Front and Natasha Dezoni, Sacred Woman Natasha Dezoni, and Sister Shaharazad Ali just came off the line. Monogamy and polygamy, which is better for the black man and woman in these times. Now, y'all gonna have she's gonna be doing a comparative studies. Now, everybody likes to talk about comparative studies and all that. So she's gonna be breaking it down. She's gonna have her notes and all that, and she's doing a straight lecture, no PowerPoint, and we're gonna do a question and answer with her for at least a half an hour before we take a break. Get some of the acts on. Make sure y'all go to check out the vendors. We're gonna have a whole lot of vendors. We're gonna at least have 20, 25 vendors in there. And believe me, I'm trying to fit them all in. So I have a certain way where we're gonna guide people in. Y'all gonna be not gonna be guided into the main theater exit, the entrance like everybody expected. We're gonna be guiding you around so you can filter in from a quiet. I'm gonna have people that's gonna be ushering you in. My partners that's gonna be helping me from the King Simon production team. We're gonna be doing what we gotta do to get y'all in fast and quick. And remember, during her segment, if you are bringing your children, remember it's going to be a little bit explicit because she's doing a comparative study to what from monogamy, polygamy, even what's going on with homosexuality and lesbianism, all that kind of stuff. So she's going to get a little graphic, not disrespectfully graphic, but she does not want to add any children in there during her time. So we do have a room where we'll be having coloring crayons and coloring books for young people and writing material for other people. But the older children, other teenagers will be able to stay. Like you got to be at least 14 or 14 to my events from the age of 0 all the way until 17 years of age. I even go up to 18. So I always make my event free for young people because at 14 is when I got this information. Although I was grown up in a family that was basically cultural, the Rasta culture and all that stuff coming from a Jamaican Cuban family, but at 14 is when I became part of the 5% Nation. I was in the 5% organization, 5% the peace to the gods and earth over there. Then I went to the Unsubtle Law community, which is the 10th of Kidal under Imam Isa, who we now call Dr. York, and then I went to the Nation of Islam. And a lot of people say, "Wow, you went through a lot of changes." Yeah, and it was not about finding God. Like I tell people, I wasn't finding God. I already knew where God was. God was always within me. I was always God. It says, "Ye are God, children of the Most High God." So I always knew I was God. I joined different organizations to maintain discipline. And when I didn't see it in the 5% at that particular time, I know they've kind of changed because the younger people are coming up with a certain disciplinary and implementing some of the messenger's teachings. But then I joined the Ansar, who had their things going, and they had a whole community living. And then I went back to the Nation of Islam under that teaching because to me it was all about understanding and maintaining the discipline. Up to this day, I still got my general orders. Even in the Ansar law community, we had general orders also. We had general orders in the Ansar community. As a matter of fact, the 13th general order was don't forget your 12 general orders. The 13th, after they ran down all the general orders, the 13th one was don't forget your general orders. That was the general orders back in the day. So again, Ashraf Kwesi and Baba Ashraf Kwesi and Sister Shaharazad Ali will be at the National Black Theater. My return to the National Black Theater, thanks to Global Nation of Wellness, Queen of Four, Ali the chef. Want to thank them for bringing me back in and helping me to get back into this beautiful venue before they close down for renovation. So it's like a healing event also for and a lot of people may have remembered that we, at that time of the Straight Black Pride movement, was supposed to do a conference there, our first convention. And because of the attacks that the National Black Theater was getting from the quote unquote alphabet community or the gay community, in regards to uh, Irritated Genie and all that kind of stuff, who Irritated Genie in his own right was right and exact for what he wanted to do and what he wanted, because we wanted to promote black man, black woman, straight, black, and pride, but they prideful, but they didn't want to obstruct that, and because they're not a political organization, they decided to step away from us. Respectfully, they wrote a respectful letter. We had the meetings, myself, Dr. Jeffries, Dr. Smalls, Professor Smalls, Kevin Hunter was there, not Kevin Hunter, Kevin Powell was there, Barbara Ann Tears' daughter was there, Nabi was there, and we came to a mutual disagreement, a mutual agreement that okay, we won't have it there, and then we did a protest. But it wasn't in the sense to shut anybody down. We didn't want to shut down Barbara Ann Tears' legacy because I have always respected Barbara Ann Tears. She was an extraordinary visionary as far as setting up the Black Theater, the National Black Theater. And we, at that time in the Nation of Islam, we had our home there for many years. As a matter of fact, I was there in '92 when we got attacked by the police officers. When the police came in on us and we took the police officers out and all that, I was also part of that. Khalid Muhammad was there. Conrad Muhammad was there, who is now Conrad Tillers. That's our legacy, and that's part of our home. I've actually put my life on the line at that building. So I definitely didn't want to destroy the legacy, but we did want to have at least the respect for our freedom of speech, so to speak. But I understood that they're not a political organization and they had to go because it's a theater. Remember, theater is involves all this. It involves heterosexual, homosexuals, all that. The theater world is just full of them. That's what it is. It's just full of it. So we got to find balance. And if you look at certain things in communities, you find there's a lot of pain in both communities, in the heterosexual community and the homosexual community. There's a lot of pain. I don't, I don't support that community, homosexual, lesbian. I don't support them, but I understand that they've gone a lot of, especially our people. It's not an agenda for us, our people's concerned, but it is an agenda when it comes to Euro Greco society because that is their culture. It's not been an African culture, according to Dr. Ben, according to Dr. Clark, according to um, Asa Hilliard, according to Dr. Baruti, and their book, Dr. Phil Valentine, the people that have written extensively about Africa and African culture or metaphysics or what have you, those people have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that it didn't come from us. That could be the worst part of us that most people might say, especially in the 5% gods, because we are the gods of everything. We are the gods and the goddesses of everything. That it could be the worst part of us that had to be revealed, and I may understand that. Let's respect that. I can respect that. But on the other hand, I'm not into this. I'm not into promoting the destruction or the extinction of black family, man, woman, child. We'll never promote that because that's how I came through. My mother, my father, their mother, their father, their mother, their father, and so on and so forth. The Adam and Eve. It wasn't Adam and Steve. It wasn't Shirley and Sheila. It was Adam and Eve. That's as far as biblical theology, but going back into ancient history, come on. A Sar and a Set. Let's get busy. Let's know what it is. Respect. We understand people are going through a lot of turmoil, a lot of traumas, a lot of food changes, a lot of chemicals are being put in our system, a lot of estrogen is being put in men, testosterone is turning into women, women are turning in, developing more testosterone. We got to study the scientific facts about this stuff, and I got to big up people like Wesley Muhammad who was writing books like that. Got to big up, like I said, Dr. Baruti, who used to be Wesley Muhammad's teacher at Morehouse. Got to big him up. Got to big up Irritated Genie. Got to big up Dr. Phil Valentine. Got to big up Omar Johnson. Those brothers and some of the sisters. I'm sorry, sisters, I don't hear too many of y'all out on it. We need more sisters to be on top of that. We got to defend black familyhood no matter what, by any means necessary. We got to defend black familyhood, black man, black woman, black child. Not, I remember talking to one sister. Respectfully, she said, "Oh, she said she wants a child." She said, "Oh, but they have test tubes now." Really? Now that we have test tubes, it's all right to have two women or two men, and now they putting in new vaginas in some man and trying to have all kind of stuff. I mean, how far are we gonna go? That's what I'm saying. How far are we gonna go? And it is going, and we're gonna see a lot of stuff going on. We're gonna see a lot of stuff manifest because we're in that era of time. And the more that those things start manifest, the more the decline of society starts going down every time. No, the balance is not there anymore. And although we're in the year 2000, since 2000, 2000 is a feminine energy, but it has been perverted. It's not the energy of balance because the two in numerology, going numeretically spirit, that deals with compassion, but it deals with balance. It deals with balance, just like the number six. Two and six are known as the balancer and balancing it out to work it out. But it's become perverted because of the Greco-Euro feminist movement. The Greco-Euro feminist movement has really caused a lot of distraction and destruction to the black family, and of course the men in the society who wants the Euro Greco men that want to promote this so they can destroy the bucks, the strong black men. They want us to start talking all high pitch and all that. I'm not gonna be a closet heterosexual. I'm not gonna be a closet. You ain't putting me in no closet. I'm gonna keep my deep voice. I'm gonna do that. And like Buju said on the show, men are in the foolishness. We don't know. Although that's a disclaimer. Like Buju said, he had his disclaimer on the show in Jamaica, and none of that. Hey, if that's what you do, that's what you do. But you don't have to keep on pushing it down our throats and pushing it down our throats and pushing it down our throats. Because as heterosexual men and women, we're gonna fight. That's how deep it's gonna get. The more you keep on pushing it down our throats, we are going to fight. And that's the real deal because every time you back a cat or a lion against the wall, we're going to come out. We're going to come out like the lion, like Marcus Garvey and Elijah Muhammad and the Malcolm X. We're going to come out like the lions that we are, men and women. And especially remember, the female lioness is even the most dangerous because the female lioness most of the time is the one that go get the food. So we got, especially for the children. So they gotta better hope nature don't turn it, which nature is turning against them. But we better hope, especially us as original people, that nature sides with us and grow with us and move on the enemy as fast as possible. I don't care whether they're white, black, and different because you got white devils, you got black devils in the community. That's just what it is. I've realized that over my years, and that's why you don't see me put any negative stuff on my social media. Don't see me put anything on my Instagram, my King Simon Presents. You don't see me put anything negative. So I try to leave that alone as much as possible because it's you who control your mind. So in the next 8 minutes, family, we're gonna bring into a brother who was into the mental health. He's been through mental health. He was. We're gonna be bringing in our dear brother, Dr. Laila Africa. Let me read some stuff about Dr. Africa. Of course, make sure you get his new book, The Textbook of African Holistic Health. The textbook of African holistic health. I'm telling you, family, this is a textbook. Now, Laila Africa has about the order has a doctorate in naturopathy diploma and is a certified addictionologist, also a certified acupuncturist therapist, a certified medical astrologist, massage therapist, a drugless practitioner, and a licensed traditional healer in Ghana, Togo, and Benin. He is on the board of the African Traditional Thinkers, Priests, Healers, and Religion. Laila Africa is essentially self-taught and obtained diplomas and certificates and certification because his clients like to see the cosmetics of professionalism. Doc said he wanted to go get those certificates just because clients love it. Clients want to see it. So we're going to be bringing on Dr. Africa momentarily. And what I'd like to say, remember, Dr. Africa will be in Nicholas, Brooklyn, and we will be live streaming for the world to see. And this is going to be the first time I'm doing conversation. I've heard he's done this in England before, but this one is called a no holds barred 3 to 4 hour Q&A, wife. And he wants you to bring any and all question about allopathic, naturopathic, homeopathic methods, and more. This is not a lecture. I want to be clarified. Even those that will be broadcasting and watching online. If you want to get the online views, if you want to get the online, please go to Joe Benjamin's Eventbrite. Let's go directly to it. Let's go to Joe Benjamin's Eventbrite real quick, and then tell you how to get the Eventbrite with Joe Benjamin, because he sent me the link, and I want to make sure I announce this link right now. You can go to his Eventbrite. That's www.eventbrite.com /e/live stream dash conversation with Dr. Laila Africa. So you can search conversation with Dr. Laila Africa on Eventbrite. That's search conversation with Dr. Laila Africa, live stream conversation with Dr. Laila Africa on Eventbrite. And that's going to be, and if you want to go straight to the link, go to my website, King Simon Productions wordpress.com /events. Scroll down until you see live stream for Dr. Africa and click on that, and you'll get to pay for it. And Joel will mail you the information and prepare you for Dr. Laila Africa as he comes in and do the live stream. Also, I will be performing first time in a long time, but I used to do plays when I was a child, but I could hardly remember that kind of stuff. But I will be performing a 5 to 10 minute theatrical edutainment monologue. And I call myself in the acting world Simon Kweku because, of course, Simon is one of my names, but Kweku is the day I was born as far as under the Ghanaian name, which is a Wednesday, which means listen to the boy or the male child born on Wednesday, because Simon is a word that means to listen. It comes from the Hebrew language, which means to listen. And of course, Kweku is boy born on Wednesday or male child born on Wednesday. So it means listen to the male child born on Wednesday. And now, yes, I was born on a Wednesday back in 1967. And this is all going to be at Nicholas, Brooklyn. You can get your advance tickets at kingsimonproductions.eventbrite.com. That's kingsimonproductions.eventbrite.com. And you can get your advance tickets for both the Shaharazad Ali event and the Dr. Laila Africa event at Nicholas, Brooklyn. Give them a call at 718-858-4400. That's 718-858-4400. Once again, that's 718-858-4400. 718-858-4400. Should I say it again? 718-858-4400. Limited vendor space to both of them are limited. I'm almost finished with the one on the 28th, and I know I'm going to be finished with the one with Dr. Africa, and that's going to be from 5 p.m. Doors open, and 6 p.m. the event starts. That's May the 5th with Dr. Laila Africa in a conversation, not a lecture. So everybody in the office, y'all need in the audience and in the live stream audience, you got to write down your questions and ask one question at a time. And if we do go around the room and come back, and we can do that, one question with Dr. Africa could last about 15 to 20 minutes. He could be answering it for 15 to 20 minutes. Some might be 5 minutes. Some might be 1 minute. Might not need all of that. Might be 30 seconds. simple. Dr. Africa say what he mean and mean what he say. He born on the 27th of the month, so that's what number nines do. They say what they mean and mean what they say. But remember, his wife is also going to be participating in this also, so she will bring the feminine balance to the masculine balance that Dr. Africa has when he breaks it down. So that we need that balance, okay? And that's going to be at Nicholas, Brooklyn. Again, if you want all the links, go to kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/events. kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/events. I'm going to say it one more time. One more, get more. kingsimonproductions.eventbrite.com forward now kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/events, and you'll get all of the links, all of the live stream links to Shaharazad Ali, all the live stream links to Dr. Laila Africa and his wife coming in, and you'll get them all. Boom. Now we got like 2 more minutes before, so let me big up this in June. Yes, I'll be producing all the way into June, family. I don't play. I come from a club life, a live show club life. So at SOBs in New York, we used to book our shows for 4 to 5 months ahead. We'll call all the acts and call all the stuff. So if y'all see me doing that and y'all see me do a lot of this before, that's just where I come from. That discipline. This one here is going to be very important. Those who, and I'm going to read it to you because y'all might not be able to see it clearly on this YouTube. Masters Class. That's also ascendingmastersclass.com is also my website, and that leads you right to numbersaresimple.com. On Saturday, June 22nd, this is an all-day private at a private location numerology workshop all day from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at a private location. Everyone will be given the location as soon as 24 hours before the actual date. But if you pay the amount, go to kingsimonproductions.eventbrite.com. Join me, Kaya French, another numerologist from out of Detroit, and the renowned Lloyd Strayhorn. We will be teaching numerology from different perspectives and how to use it in your life and your family life and how to recognize certain things, good and bad, or positive and negative, or high and low. And this is going to be a private, only 55 people are allowed. Tickets are already selling from the time I put it on Instagram and on Facebook. It says, join us for a deeper look into the mysterious world of numbers and how it can guide you. Only 55 people allowed. For early bird advance tickets, please either call me if you want to go through Cash App or PayPal, or go online to kingsimonproductions.eventbrite.com. The tickets are up there right now. The all-day lecture or all-day workshop with paper, pen, all of that. It's $99 early bird tickets. It's $99 for all three of us. Male, female, male, female. We're balancing it out. We're balancing it out. So we're gonna do it. Lloyd Strayhorn, everybody know he's been on Oprah. Katie Couric, Kaya French, she's coming with her new energy from out of Detroit. She's a student of Lloyd also. And then my perspective, because Lloyd back in the day taught us to take it in and give it back to the people the way you know, because everybody have our own life experience, and numerology can bring out the intuitive faculties and different types of guidance level from you. Whatever talent you have, if you learn this type of system that we're going to offer from all these different perspectives, it will help you with your family, but it will help you most of all because it's all about knowing thyself. Knowing thyself, and numbers is one of the ways that you can help yourself to know yourself. That's why I said the two most important days in your life is the day you were born and the day you find out why you're born, and numerology helps to guide you into that. So, June the 22nd, which happens to be my grandmother's birthday, I'm going to be downloading her energy into my very being that day, because I'm going to go in from a whole different level, because I've gone through watching people in my family go through trauma. So I recognize numbers from a traumatic, and then learn to guide you from the trauma into your better and into your best. That's what I do with my numerovation. That's why I call it numerovation, because we're here to motivate you with the numbers that you're born with the numbers that are connected with your name. Lloyd is an astro numerologist. He connects astrology and numerology. I do some of that too, but my strength is much more numbers. I love the numbers. For some reason, I grew up loving numbers. So that's it. And I never even played the numbers like that. So, and Kaya French, she's born under the number 7. Lloyd is born under number 7. I'm born under number 1. So it is what it is when we do the darn thing. So we're gonna be turned up that day. So It is now 10 o'clock. Let's call Dr. Africa, see where he at. Let's see where my brother Doc at. And if you want to do a session with me, please, 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 please text me 347-496-1022. Do an hour session, do 35-minute session, doesn't matter to me. I usually go over anyway, so probably like 5 minutes because I usually have sessions lined up after the other, or I need to take rest because this can be very draining when you do numerology the phone or face to face. That's why I don't do too many face to face anymore. Lloyd still does face to face, and I think Kaya still does a face to face. But me personally, I'm doing so much travel, do so much stuff. I produce so many things. I got no time to be doing a lot of that, so I just keep it simple, do it over the phone, so I can do it anywhere in the world over the phone, wherever I am on this planet Earth, all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. That's what I do. So let me find out what's Dr. Africa doing. Let me call my brother Dr. Africa, see what we got here. Uh-oh, we're getting ready to get busy. Woo! Man, I can talk. That's a radio personality thing. What's up, cuz? Frederica Campbell, how you doing? You know?
King Simon.
My brother, Dr. Layla Africa. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right, my brother.
I just want to make sure I can hear you clearly. Are you on a speakerphone, or you got? Should I call you on the regular phone? What's going on?
I'm on the speakerphone right now. I don't know what you want me to do.
Well, you're not coming in clear. That's why. Can you? Is it possible to remove?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. How you been, Doc?
I don't know how to get off the speakerphone.
You know, well, let's keep on talking and see how this work out. See how people hear you.
Okay.
Okay, how you been, Doc? How you been?
Man, it's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Dealing with our people, huh?
Yeah, the condemned Disneyland.
Yeah, I think you're funny, Doc. Now let me ask you, Doc. You know, you're coming in May the 5th, and we're going to be doing a no holds bar 3 to 4 hour Q&A conversation with you, sir. That means the audience is going to just question you from all angles. Now, how does this go? Because I know you've done this before, brother.
Uh-huh.
I know you've done this before.
Yeah.
How does this usually go when you've done it before?
They, just like you said, they ask the question, and somebody will turn around and ask the same damn question.
Yeah. I guess that's how it goes, right, sir? They ask us, you turn around and they ask the same question, right?
Right.
Well, you know, Doc, there's been a lot of controversy, and I don't know. Your phone keep on going in and out. Is it possible that we could go to the landline or no?
That's possible.
Can I call you on the landline right now?
Yeah, if I can remember the landline number.
I got the number. I still got
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
let me call you back. All right? Okay. I want to make
Okay.
sure clear. All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Let's call Dr. Africa back because we want to make clear because I'm going to talk about this controversy. You know, I already asked. I want to talk about this controversy real quick. So I'm going to go to his landline and see where we're at with this, and hopefully he'll answer that one. Because I know that going to go.
Thank you for calling.
See, there
To
you go.
reach Dr. Africa directly.
Oh, see, that's his wife. See, because they ain't answering. Hold a second. Let me check that landline again. Ah, come on, Doc. Let's do this right. Let's get this thing going. Let me see if he'll answer that one. If not, we're gonna go back to the cell phone.
Thank you for calling. To reach Dr. Africa directly,
Okay.
please email him.
See, yeah, you gotta email Doc. He don't talk to you unless you email him because he's an emailer. I don't think I'm going to the land. Doc. So we're trying to bring on Dr. Africa. We're gonna try to bring him back on and see if we could just go straight to him on the line here. Here we go. Lord of mercy. It's all good. Let's stop that. Maybe I should have just kept him on, right, people? Or maybe I should have just kept him on. Let's go back to his cell and see if he's gonna pick up. Mm-mm. Well, Doc, that landline ain't working. It's going straight to voicemail. Doc,
Thank you for calling me.
I did call you on that landline, but it's going straight to voicemail, brother.
Let me call you.
Yeah, yeah, call me. You ready? Let me give you my number. Yeah, I guess he got my number, so he could do that. Let's see what happens. So he gonna call me, and let's make it happen because we need to make it happen. Welcome, welcome those that are just tuning in on YouTube and Facebook. We got Dr. Laila Africa coming up now. Dr. Laila Africa website is lailaafrica.com. That's lailaafrica.com. There it is. There it is, Doc. Let me hear you, Doc. Let me hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, much better, Doc. Much better.
Hey.
I loving it. I loving it. I loving it. How you feeling, brother? How you feeling? You ready? You ready?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
Okay, now, like I was telling the audience, those that are just tuning in, Dr. Laila Africa will be in New York City on May the 5th. May the 5th. That's Sunday at the Nicholas, Brooklyn. That's 1396 Fulton Street. And the number there is 718-858-4400. That's 718-858-4400. We got Dr. Laila Africa on the line. And his wife will also be there with the conversations with Dr. Laila Africa and Dr. Melanie Stevens. Now, bring any and all questions about allopathic, naturopathic, homeopathic methods, and much more. This is not a lecture, family. This is a Q&A learning experience. So bring your pen and paper because you're going to be talking to a scientist. This man is a scientist when it comes to what he take you to the lab and make it show you how it works. And remember, doors open at 5 p.m. The event starts at 6. We are live streaming it with Joel Benjamin. Make sure you go to the links at kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/events. That's where all the links are at if you want to get the tickets. If you want to get the live stream, please go and get that live stream, especially if you're across the seas and all that. Joel Benjamin will be hosting that live stream, and I got that link right inside my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/events. Now, Doc, there's been a lot of controversy going on about milk, about mucus, about all kinds of stuff in the last week or so, especially after what Brother Wesley Muhammad said in regards to the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that they should be drinking more whole milk and eating navy beans. What do you say to that theory that drinking whole milk and eating navy beans is the best thing for black men and women?
I think it's rather stupid.
Say that again, sir.
I think it's.
You breaking up. Say it again one more time.
I think rather stupid.
You think it's rather stupid. Okay. Now, why do you say that, sir?
If you're going to recommend milk, it should be organic and raw.
Right. I think that's what he's trying to say, that they need their own farm to raise their own cows, and that's what he's
That's
trying
not going to happen. That's not going to happen with these black folks in the ghetto in the world.
Mm.
This.
Mm.
I go to all these people, England, France, Amsterdam. That's not going to happen. That's a fantasy.
That's the fantasy you're saying. That's a fantasy.
That's where they are. And they're not near the damn farm. If they are, they're going to get shot by somebody white.
Now, what about the Nation of Islam has a lot of land? Couldn't they do it themselves?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Could do it. I met the man in charge of it in D.C. about 20 years ago. He's a veterinarian. He couldn't get help.
He couldn't get no help.
Yeah.
Wow.
I met and his wife at the little bookstore. Drives a cab now because he's tired of treating the white folks' dogs to have sex.
What? Say that again?
Nothing to say again.
Okay. Wow.
Animals and sex with animals is legal in Germany.
Yes, it is legal in Germany.
People wanted animals, remember?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No. People have to deal with where they are. Limiting your diet to navy beans is not a good idea. You should eat a variety of organic beans if that's available. There you are.
Now, there's also a thing dealing with mucus. Now, with mucus, we know the body needs mucus. Now, is there such a thing as good mucus and bad mucus, Dr. Africa?
No. Mucus just means a liquid fluid. It's what the fluid carrying. It can be bad, or not the fluid itself.
Okay, not the fluid itself, but what the fluid is carrying, you're saying.
Yeah, the mucus trying to get rid of like a Nile River, something garbage in the river and it's down to the sewer. It's just a carrier of the waste.
Okay.
Not the.
Okay, so the liquid. Now you're kind of right now you're sounding kind of muffled also, girl. You all right? Can you let me see something. Are you on the speakerphone too, on that one?
Yeah.
Can you talk into the phone?
Yeah, I'm talking to the phone right at my lips.
Okay, no problem. Let's keep it right there. So okay, so mucus is a carrier of either the good or the bad. That's what you're saying.
That's what it is. It's not the mucus. You need it.
You need mucus. Okay, so you need mucus. So
mucus refers to the thickness of a fluid. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Thickness. That's what people are referring to when they say mucus.
Okay. No. So I don't want to get too deep into that. That's their whole thing. There's been a whole big controversy for a whole week or so going on about that stuff, and I think people are just misunderstanding the information. You know, I have your book here, the textbook of African holistic health. I have it right here. I mean, it's a thick book. There's a lot of information, a lot of revised information. Please tell the audience why did you revise it to this, the textbook now, the African holistic health? Why did you revise it to that now? Because I know you've revised it before, but I know that the last one, I know you had to change a few things in it. Please tell the audience why you revised it.
I revised it so I can claim it as my own. The other ones are sold by someone else without my permission. All the ones that people have, I never made a cent off of it.
That's okay. Right.
I revised it, called it the textbook of African holistic health. Now I own it.
You hear what the man's saying? I said it earlier before. This man was going through some stuff with publishers, and now and owns his book. Dr. Africa owns his publication. Charles Publishing is him and his wife doing that book. So please get this book. And he said he wasn't making a dime from the last publication. Even in the last Nutricide also, the one that also you wasn't making no money from it, right?
Correct.
Man, brother. And well, Doc, I'm so happy that you was able to get back all this because you actually, I was reading your Nutricide, the destruction of the Black civilization, that book, that one that you did, and you really got into the history of a lot of different things, especially through European practices and all those different things. And you've been teaching this for a long time. You've been teaching this for a long time, and a lot of people out there trying to disrespect your scholarship, all that. You continuously are researching, you know. What do you have to tell some of these young people that are coming out and not really studying what you're saying, but or taking what you study and trying to remix it in their own way, but yet try to come back and disrespect you in their own way?
I expect them to do that.
Okay.
I expect to find Negroes in Negro land.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't upset me.
Yeah, I understand. That's not, you're right. It doesn't affect you at all, brother.
I'm just dysfunctional race. We're not free, so we're dysfunctional.
Yes, sir.
When we free, that's when we'll be functional.
And you specify that a lot. Everything is really emotional and dysfunctional. Now, for the audience that's just listening, explain briefly about this emotional trauma that we've been through and why a lot of people are acting the way they are acting on social media and all around the world.
The problem is we don't have an emotional vocabulary. Know anything about emotions, although we listen to all these love songs about emotions, but we don't know how they're formed in the body. We don't know how they travel in the body. We don't know anything about emotions except what Plato wrote. He wrote this stuff. Plato, a Greek person, wrote this whole thing that people use, my subconscious and my conscious, all that comes out theories of the Greeks. That's what we ride on, the theories of the Greeks, find our emotions. A white person telling a black person how to be emotional. That in itself is absurd. And we don't know any difference because this is how we were miseducated. We've been educated educated in white people's emotions. So, Master, this is your emotions, might be my emotions. We sick, Master.
Right.
No, we have a different emotional construct. We have a different DNA. We're different, and we have a different emotional pathway, which we call a neural net.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not taught about emotions in any school.
Mm-hmm.
Not how black emotions work. We're not taught that at all in any school or any college in the white country or black countries, for that matter, because all black countries follow a white curriculum.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, and a lot of people don't, a lot of people don't think it's emotional. A lot of people don't recognize that it's emotional, and a lot of stuff that we're doing and why we're doing it is because of emotion. But I know you've been studying this for many years. You have certain people that just don't understand, that have not even put in that amount of work that you have put in. Like you've always said, that you're a scientist. You're a scientist of what you do. You could actually take us in and show us how it is done. But a lot of people don't even take that time. You had the access also to a lot of these labs at one time, correct?
Yeah, it's we've been miseducated. I don't blame black folks. I mean, this is what we were given. We were given a slave education, and we still have a slave education.
Mm.
We still think, Master, we are sick.
Yes,
That's
sir.
how white folks' emotions are constructed. That's
Hmm.
not how our emotions are constructed.
Right, right. And you
Well,
go ahead.
George Washington is not the father of our country.
Hmm.
We keep saying our father is our country. Yes, technically he is. He fathered a lot of black children.
George Washington.
Father, that's for damn sure. Him and Thomas Jefferson, our founding fathers. That's what they were. They found a black woman and raped her.
Yeah, true.
Damn right.
Right, that's true.
I'm father. That kicks me off right now.
Yeah, I don't want to get you upset before you go to bed, sir. I totally understand. We don't want to do that. Let me just remind the people that on Sunday, May the 5th, no holds barred, 3 to 4 hour Q&A. Look, I'm gonna have security there in incognito, so y'all don't come with no mess. Y'all don't, and then me and Melanie know how to fight, so we ain't got no problems. So Dr. Africa and Dr. will be doing a conversation with the audience, and we're going to try not to ask the same darn question. If you hear the question, even those that are online, if you're going to get the live stream with Joel Benjamin 528, please go to my link at kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/event. Scroll down to Dr. Africa live stream link, and then press that link, and you will be able to buy that link and get in on that link when we do the live stream around the world, because we want you to also be able to ask questions, pointed questions. If you hear the same question, don't ask the same question, damn it. Don't do that. Please ask different questions. We got to learn to open up our mind. We got to learn to open up our mind and not just our behind, which our mouth has become our behind because a lot of issues coming out of it. And that's the problem. So we got to really get this together. So on May the 5th, 3 to 4 hours, doors open at 5 p.m. The event starts at 6 p.m. We do have a pay-per-view live stream with Joel Benjamin. If you want to call Nicholas for tickets or for vending, you can call them. Or even about the live stream, you can call them at 718-858-4400. That's 718-858-4400. If you want to get the tickets, the $25 early bird tickets, I think it's 35 at the door, $25 early bird tickets. You can go to Nicholas, give them a call, and tell them to save your tickets. Or you can go on kingsimonproductions.eventbrite.com. That's kingsimonproductions.eventbrite.com. Or if you want to see all of the links to everything that I'm doing, go to kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/events, and you'll get the links to the live stream, you get the links to the tickets, and all that good stuff. But Doc, before I let you go, because I know it's a little late and I don't like to bother you that late, and I just chose this on a Sunday because today's my mother's birthday and I had to do some things for her and all that and run to the city, all kinds of stuff. So had to make that happen. But last question for you, Doc. Dr. Sabi's name has come up again because Nipsey Hussle, the one who just transitioned violently in LA, was about to do a documentary on Dr. Sabi. Now, I know you've always said you've respected Dr. Sabi, and you respected of him being a herbologist and you being a scientist. Please briefly explain the difference between being a scientist that you are coming out of the medical field and all that, and then his discipline of dealing with herbology and also being a engineer himself. Please explain the difference.
Herbology comes in the field of botany, that's studying plants.
Yes, sir.
Study of the human body is called physiology, how things work in the body. To really give someone the right herb, you have to know physiology, just how the body functions. And that's the same with background miseducation. There's no fault of black people, it's just that we've been miseducated. There's no one herb, there's everything. It's not gonna, that's a myth. That's why God created a variety of herbs, a variety of beans, and a variety of flowers. You need a variety. Say that this one flower is going to save you, that's rather absurd. That's a product of our miseducation. But nonetheless, this is between a botanist and someone in science. They study physiology. The first thing you got to study is the machine you're working with. You're going to fix a car, you at least got to know something about the motor.
Right. Yes. Right.
So I studied physiology and anatomy and all that stuff, and chemistry comes into that, biology comes in. So I'm not saying it's superior education, it's a white education. But I was introduced to the subject, the names of these organs and the chemicals in your body. I would say the person should know something about the human body. If you're going to help a child that's having problems, at least you ought to know something about the brain function.
Yes.
Amos was saying that. I don't know if the audience knows Dr. Amos Wilson.
Yeah.
I'm just saying how the brain functions, to deal with the brain, the child brain.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to know how emotions, you got to deal how they started. And they started with breast call. They started prenatally. Before you're born, the emotions are already engaged. And they get further engaged when you come out of the uterus and put on your mother's stomach, as people call it, which is the abdomen. Baby lays there for about 30 minutes because they're tired, and then they crawl up to the nipple. Call it crawl. That's part of the emotional construct. That's how you build. But that was taken away from us because the man would hurry up and have his baby out so it just has to breathe some more. Took away the physical part of how we should build our emotions, construct our lives. You got to have breast crawl. You got to be breastfed. That's just part of it. But all that was denied us, along with the proper education. Now they're getting rid of history, philosophy in colleges. Rid of that. They're just training people to work at these corporate factories. They're getting rid of history and philosophy and theology.
Right. Yeah.
In several art schools.
Yeah, because I've always noticed that you always connect history with the medicines and the herbs traveling from one place to another. And now, would you also connect evolution?
Yeah, and I connected properly because the man wrote theory of evolution. He didn't say it was a fact.
A theory of evolution, right? It's a theory. It's not a fact, right?
For the evolution of none. Belief of the Europeans and belief culture. So you're actually studying European culture by studying evolution.
So you say you're actually studying European culture by studying evolution, correct? That's what you said?
Yes, because beliefs come from your culture.
Yes, sir.
Right? Not cultureless. He brings his culture into the laboratory. And everything he sees is out of his culture.
And I think people need to recognize that. But we ain't gonna go into all of that. I want them to bring their questions, Baba. I want them to bring their questions. It's getting late now. I don't want to get too past. I don't want to get past 11 o'clock. It's almost 10:30. But those people, those people.
Appreciate you, but
I appreciate.
I'm going to ask the same question. I don't want to be scared because so sometimes it's difficult to hear things when you got this other stuff in your head.
Yes, sir.
About how you're going to pay your cell phone bill.
Yes,
and how the story you're going to wear to masturbate. All this spinning around in your damn head.
Yes, sir.
So you can't answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well,
saying over and over.
Well, brother, I'm not gonna keep you, my brother. I want to thank you very much for coming on the show. And we're gonna talk. I'm gonna see you on May the 5th. Can't wait to see y'all. Of course, you and your wife. And we're gonna do what we do, my brother. We're gonna do what it do.
I appreciate it, brother man. And people should bring their notebooks and write things down and try to learn. The purpose is to learn
Yes.
so you can be empowered,
Yes, sir.
to
Yes,
be
sir.
free.
Yes, sir.
But don't be afraid. All right, beat your soul. Slaves. That's where I went. Teacher used to beat us with a yardstick over our knuckles if we did something wrong.
Yeah. My mother said she experienced that too. Yeah.
I've been through the whole thing, the segregation, the whites out and the colors down. I've been through that whole damn thing, the lynchings, all of that stuff. I'm just saying we have to claim our own science, our own history,
Yes, sir.
claim our own freedom. That's
Yes.
all I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you very much, Doc. All the work you've done for over 40 some odd years, man, and you keep on doing it. And like I said, I always tell people you work out almost every day, and you got better abs than me. So I know that's what's going on. I love you, man. I love you and your wife, man. Thank you very much for so being such a loving couple, and a true honorable couple that has always been my guide and one of my elders that are my judgments, those people that guide the responsible elders. And I want to thank you for all that you do for me, my family, and those that's willing to sit down and learn and take it and move on, because that's what young people are supposed to do. It's all right to disagree with you, but please bring something better and study more. And then you want to keep on, because knowledge is to grow. You're supposed to grow in knowledge. So I hope these young people will take what you've offered to the world with all these books that you've offered to the world and fly with it, my brother. Thank you very much and have a good evening. All right, Doc?
I thank you very much.
Thank,
Keep up the good work.
you too. Thank you, Doc. All right.
Thank
Take care. That was Dr. Laila Africa. You gotta show respect to your elders. And before I know when I transition from here, y'all gonna be able to say that King Simon showed respect to his elders. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all not gonna hear me ever disrespecting no elder just because I disagree. I found some new knowledge and all that kind of stuff. Nah, you can't do that. We're supposed to grow. We're supposed to be standing on our elders' shoulders and taking it to the next level. That's what we're supposed to do. With your families, with the people that you're learning from, take it to the next level. I hear, and I'm gonna say, I love these brothers. I love God. I love all of those brothers. I respect some people I don't listen to. I don't even pay any attention, but I love all of them. And I hear them, they try to dog out the elders, and they say they're not, but it's all right. But you got to remember, most of us are speaking English. Most of us are still studying under Euroscience, and like Dr. Africa says, that European bring their culture into their science. There's not one thing that they don't bring their culture into. They bring their cultural biases. He just wants us to go back to our African, our ancient cultural before they existed. It can be done. It's in our DNA. It's inside of us. Even before the word DNA and the way, however they pronounce it in its scientific terms, we had this knowledge in our own language, in our own science, and they came and took it. We've been studying this. It's already proven. They keep on digging and they keep on finding more and more facts on us as original people. So, look, I'm your brother. I'm not going to stay here for too long. Just want to remind you, Dr. Laila Africa just got off the line with me. It was kind of choppy, but we got the gist of what he's saying. But remember, we're going to have a clear cut conversation with him and his wife, who is a ultimate Capricorn rebel. She gonna come in and just do the damn thing. On Sunday, May the 5th, we're gonna be a no holds barred 3 to 4 hour Q&A conversation. I'm going to be developing my phone lines for this type of stuff because I got to do it over. So make sure y'all donate via Cash App. It's money sign King Simon 3158, or PayPal at King Simon Productions at Gmail. You can also donate as much, but I'm gonna, through donations and through my productions and through the things that I do through numerology, I'm gonna develop a whole studio myself. And I want, because I used to do terrestrial radio, terrestrial meaning above ground radio. I've done that for many years. I was also a morning show host on an AM station for many years, and I was on a Caribbean radio station for many years. So I'm known throughout New York most of all. But if you go to my bio on KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com and go to the bio, you'll see a lot of the stuff that I've done, and that's just a few things. But I think it's very important that all of us out there strive to be our very best. Take the knowledge from our elders, from the great ones, from the Francis Cresswells and the Dr. Ben and all the great ones, male and female, and expound, but don't disrespect. Expound on it. You may disagree, but don't disrespect. Don't become arrogant because one day when you get older, the youth are going to come up and do the same thing to you. And you don't ever want that to happen where you find the young people while you're growing old and you're becoming decrepit or or what do you call it, having developing Alzheimer's and all that. This, you don't want your young people to eat your food and nyam your supper. In Jamaica, we say nyam your supper while you're getting old. So please, family, what you do today echoes in eternity. What you do in this life echoes in eternity. So if you're doing disrespectful things to the elders, saying disrespectful, and I'm talking to every one of you that are doing it out there. Whether you're talking about me, I'm only 52, and 5 plus 2 is 7, so I'm only 7 years old as far as I'm concerned. Just going into another realm of my reality. If you disrespect the elders in your physical life, I guarantee you will get that coming back at you, smacking you real hard, cause and effect. Because you did it, you're going to get the effects of it. And if it doesn't affect you, it'll hit your children, hit your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, and they're going to keep on hitting you until you heal from that. Because you got to heal. Because most of the guys that's up there doing it have daddy issues, mommy issues, but they ain't telling nobody they having. I read their numbers and I can tell. I can read your mother flipping numbers and tell that you're going through some trauma, and that's the way you get out your ego. You want to get your ego, but ego has a balance, like I said in Baltimore. Ego is balance. Ego is either etching God out or expressing God's order. That's ego to me. In my opinion, that's what ego is. It has a duality. Either you're going to be etching God out or you're going to be expressing God's order. I want to express the God order, and that's the God within me. I'm not etching the me out. I'm going to express the God in me in an orderly fashion, in a respectful fashion, and never going to be disrespectful on my channel. It's going to come back at you, and everybody will understand karma or so-called karma. Karma only means cause and effect. And I'm going to share a story with you one time, and I think I've shared it before. I remember when I was in my younger days following other people, not realizing that I was a leader myself, although it was in my mind not to. I went to Queens with friends of mine from Flatbush, so-called friends at that time from Flatbush. We went to Queens to go rob people. I was the fastest one, so I never carried any weapons like that. But I was able to run and snatch a bag real quick. So I snatched this lady's bag, and of course we snatching our own people's bag. We don't even understand. We snatch our own. We ain't snatch no European bag. We ain't snatch an Asian person in Queens, but we went and snatched our own. And that was because the order was given from a friend of mine that I was hanging out with. That's why I learned not to have too much friends around me. I mean, not too much friends. So that time I snatched that bag. 2 weeks to 3 weeks later, my mama bag got snatched. Oh, that's some karma for your backside. And when I heard that, I felt it, but after understanding the metaphysics of things, that to every physical, there's a spiritual side of it and a spiritual component, a spiritual cause and effect to it. When I realized that, I learned not to do that foolishness ever again. I left it alone. I stopped doing all the foolishness. And I went into Islam and I went into 5%. I went into all this kind of stuff. And I just left it alone because I didn't want to ever see my mother go through something like that because of something that I did. Never wanted to see that again. And sure enough, it ain't happened again because I didn't do it again. I didn't do it again. But that's what cause and effect is all about. And I didn't even understand it back then. But when I snatched that purse of that beautiful black woman in Queens, I never pulled out the gun on her. The guy pulled out a gun, but I never pulled out the gun on her. But I just kept it moving, grabbed the purse and ran, and they met me around the corner. But the next 2 to 3 weeks, boom, my mother's purse got snatched not too far from our house. So you gotta be careful what you do and what you say, whether it's positive. Well, positive, there's positive cause and effect, and there's negative cause and effect. Let's be real. It's high and low. Let's understand that. Big up to Umar Shabazz, my good friend. What's up, Umar? All the time. And all those that's tuning in on Facebook, Instagram. It's cause and effect, family. Be very mindful of what you do in this life because it echoes in eternity. I'm telling you, be very careful. I'm just saying that because I love you, because I love myself, and I've learned to love myself after hating myself for so long. And like I've said, I almost took my life 3 times, but now that I've developed this full love of myself, I'm not gonna let people do that to me no more. Not gonna let external drama and bullcrap affect me no more like that. Nah, man. And it does pain me when y'all disrespect the elder. It pains me when you disrespect the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It pains me when you disrespect Dr. Ben, Francis Cress Weldon, Dr. Africa, Dr. Sabi. It pains me. It does hurt. But all I do, I have them on my altar. Those that I'll pass on, Dr. Dick Gregory, I have them all on my altar. Those that I still have pictures of, Dr. Ben, I have everybody on my altar of respect. Not to worship is an altar of respect that I give them to show them that I respect their what they have given us. Even this was on my shirt. This is Khalid saying. Khalid said we must be saints, saviors, soldiers, scholars, healers, and killers for our nation. The Warrior's Creed by Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. I love Dr. Khalid, whether you disagree with him or not, whether you was hurt by him or not. I respect the women that he dealt with and probably have a little issues with him too. Uh, that's his path. That's what he went through. That was his walk. We gotta stop, of course, worshiping these people and they did. They came here as men and women and did men and women things. You did men and women things. But we can show respect and respect their work for what they did. I will never disrespect. If I was in the Hebrew organization, I never disrespect Dr. Ben. I didn't like when Tazariak disrespected Dr. Ben or General Yohana disrespecting Dr. Ben because Dr. Ben never disrespect them. Dr. Ben has been through Hebrew, Islam, and Christianity. He's been through all of them. He joined all of them because he wanted that understanding. That's just Dr. Ben. He just wanted the full African truth brought out, just like Dr. John Henry Clark wanted the full African truth, going back to our ancient societies and our ancient systems. That's all they wanted. They did their work. You can't take away the work from Ivan Van Sertima. No one can take away the work from Dr. Francis Cresswell. And I don't care what y'all think. Nobody can't take that away. I believe somebody like Yvette Cornell said we got to think what she paraphrasing, whatever. But you can't take away her work because she did the research more than most of you have done. Can't take away from Francis Cresswell. No one can. So we gotta all respect the elders. I'm talking to YouTube and Facebook, and those please share and like, share and like, share and like, and please tell people to subscribe to my channel because it's all about positive stuff for me. That's it. Also, if you want to get my products, I got you can go to my website also, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/products. I have t-shirts, hoodies, numerovational products with numbers. Your number might be on it. Make sure you anybody born on the first, the second, the third, or born on the anything connected to any of those numbers. I have it on the numerovational products. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/products or teesprings.com/numerovational products. That's numero NUMERO vational VATIONAL dash products. That's also my website also. So and my book is always available. King Simon, you can go to my website again, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/products. Scale down to my books. I got 2 books on there. And now, guess what? Guess what? Guess what, family? Today and tomorrow. Only for today and tomorrow, because today is my mother's birthday, Earth Strong. She's 80 years old, and I expect to sell a lot of my PDF books. I got 3 of my books on PDF that is going only for 15.99 right now. You can pay via Cash App. You can pay via PayPal. Cash App is King Simon $ King Simon 3158. Cash App is $ King Simon 3158. And I will email you the PDF file of my 3 books for because they usually go for $9.99. My books usually go for $9.99 on Kindle or PDF ebook file. But this today and tomorrow, because of my mom's birthday, and if it wasn't because of my mother allowing me to come through her womb, she could have aborted me back in those days. She could have done anything for me. She could have killed me. She could have taken my life and choked me out in the womb if she was that type of woman. But there's a lot of women that's doing that. A lot of women that just dump their children in the garbage can. A lot of women that's drowning their children. A lot of people going through some traumas, family. A lot of people, a lot of men are killing families and all that. I have that sale for today and tomorrow, $15.99 for all 3 of my books via PDF. If you pay through PayPal, send me your email and then I will send it within 24 to 48 hours. Or if you pay me through Cash App, text me 347-496-1022, 347-496-1022. Tell me you want my 3 books via PDF. If you send that text, I'll make sure I text you the links to my PayPal, Cash App, and I will send you those books within 24 to 40 hours. They're a good read. You're going to get no promotion is bad promotion. My remixed version, all publicity is good publicity, which is a light about my life in promotion and production for since I was club, and my father's been doing promotions in clubs. And while I was growing up, I took it from my cousins, and then I kept on going and doing what I do. Also, you get numbers are simple, people are complicated, and you will also get numbers are simple, our children's health is important. You'll get all 3 of those books selling already. And I got to commend 2 sisters that jumped on it right away, April and Sister Samada. Samada, she also jumped on it, and I'm so happy. Thank you very much. Again, if you want to get my books and you get that deal between now and tomorrow, please text me either WhatsApp if you're on overseas or text me regular phone at 347-496-1022. Text me that you want all 3 of my books, and I'll make sure you get it within 24 hours. My word is my bond, and that's how we do it. And we shall give our life before our word shall fail. Omar Shabazz understands that. That's the whole lesson. So, it is what it is. And like I said, my books are on sale. We got, of course, Ashra Kwesi and Shaharazad Ali, April 28th. May 5th, we got Dr. Afrika and Dr. Melanie Stevens. And on June 22nd, we got Lloyd Strayhorn, Kaya French, and King Simon. Myself will be there. Just go to the website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, events, or kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com/products. I'm out of here, family. Respect yourself, respect the elders, respect your children. You're never too old to learn, and you're never too young to teach. That's one thing I understand. I'm never too young to teach an elder, and an elder's never too old to learn. And when I become old, I pray that I am able and meditate that I'm able to receive young information, as long as they're not coming from an arrogant perspective and an arrogant vibe and energy, because I pick up on energy quick, good at energy. Good at energy. And then when I find your name or your number, I read your name. Even if you don't give me your birthday, I can just read the vowels and your consonants, and it tells me a whole lot about you already. So I totally understand. I totally understand. I love you. I respect you, YouTube. I respect you, Facebook. I'm gonna close out of Facebook real quick, and then I'm gonna close out of YouTube. So bye, Facebook. One love, one aim, and one destiny. And regardless of land, label, or language, there's but one God. Up, you mighty nation. You could accomplish what you will, like our brother, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey said. Peace. Facebook, I'm gone. Now, people, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I gotta go. And I'll talk to y'all on YouTube. I'm sorry for any distractions. I know I'm having a lot of problems been on YouTube. I've been having a lot of problems on YouTube, and probably it's because of the setup. But I'm working on new equipment, and I'm working on new programs to bring a better program to you, so you can hear the speakers that I got coming in. Because I'm still gonna be producing a lot. So YouTube, I love you, I respect you, and hey, let's keep on learning, keep on growing, and keep on together. Even the haters make me greater. That's how I see things. And like I said, regardless of land, label, language, is but one God within myself and Up, you mighty nation. You could accomplish what you will. We out of here. Peace.